Hello, Squirrel Tribe. Good morning. So I have some interesting news to share that's also very disturbing. And I don't know the 100% validity of this, but it has been talked about across numerous channels of social media and news sources. So I'm just going to read this to you. This says U.S. lawmakers plan for possible mass casualty event, proposing a constitutional amendment to replace members quickly and change various lines of secession in a national crisis. Now, if this is accurate and they're trying to do these things now, it seems to me that it's because of the upcoming election. This feels like another way for election interference. And I'm going through these comments. I'm on X right now, and I'm going through these comments, and this is my favorite comment so far. It says, I would hazard a guess that around 70 members of Congress and their staff members are about to be arrested, including Schiff and Swalwell. And if I'm right, when they're arrested and the grand jury indictments are unsealed, each one of these members are going to need to be replaced in the U.S. Congress. And then, so that's one. Another one here says, it sounds like they are planning or expecting a national crisis and they don't want Republicans or the Constitution getting in their way. Another one, it's about stopping Trump from becoming president. All of these things sound very feasible to me. Another person says nuclear war, chemical attack, a purge of sorts. This is scary. And again, also very feasible, which is what's crazy, that you can use the words chemical warfare and nuclear war, purge, and all of it, and everybody goes, yeah, no, I can totally see that happening, especially in today's world that we're in. Listen, it is imperative, and I don't want to, I don't take these things lightly. Like, I might laugh and joke and whatever else. It's because you have to have some sort of sense of humor and lightheartedness, or else you will go batshit crazy watching everything that's unfolding, not just in our country, but like the world itself, but especially in our country with what's going on right now with the upcoming election and everything they're trying to do to silence conservatives, Republicans, even the independents, right? And make it so that all you hear are left-leaning liberals and Democrats, everything that they have to say, and, shush everybody else. So this is huge. There is a group called, what are they called? Republicans for Common Sense. There's Republicans for Kamala Harris. There's Republicans for this and that. I don't believe any of those people are actually Republicans. I believe it's Democrats faking it so that they can make it seem like Republicans are switching sides and moving from their side to the Democrats, moving from Donald Trump to Kamala Harris. I don't believe personally that there's actually a Republicans for Common Sense, although that actually would make sense, but they're using it in a Democrat way. So let me explain. There is right now in Florida, a couple of people have posted pictures of this, and I'm sure it's happening across the country, and I would love it if you guys would comment if this has happened to you. But Republicans in Florida, this is breaking news by the way, are randomly receiving Amazon gift cards and being encouraged to vote for Kamala Harris. This is election interference and highly illegal. Look, this is the gift note that comes from Amazon. And I know that that's the gift note that comes from Amazon because I've gotten Amazon gifts sent to me, and this note is in there, not these specific words, but it does say a gift for you. And the person sending it can write out what they would like it to say. So whoever is sending these Amazon gift cards says, voting for democracy requires putting country over party. Harris 2024 from Republicans for Common Sense. And what it should say is Harris 2024 from Democrats pretending to be Republicans to screw people over. That's what it should say, because there's no way that you have a group of Republicans out there that think that Kamala Harris is a better fit for this country than Donald Trump. It's just not feasible at all. You have Democrats out there who think Donald Trump is a better fit for this country than Kamala Harris. And that makes perfect sense to me because it's, people open their eyes. They change their minds. I was the same way. I was not a Donald Trump fan in the beginning of 2016, 2020. And then I quit listening to mainstream media, quit listening to the liberal left, quit listening to all that woke agenda. And I was like, holy shit. Like, are you kidding me right now with what they want you to believe and what is actually true? And I have been a Trump supporter since, and I will continue to be a Trump supporter. So people are saying that they have gotten these, according to this, this is interesting. there aren't enough Amazon gift cards to have the citizens of Florida help turn America into a California. So I'm going to read you a couple of these numbers here. This is as of August 31st, 2024. It says Republican Party of Florida in 2024, there are 5,385,554 people that I guess are registered Republican, and Democrat registered 4,359,354. And then of course you're going to have independents, but a lot of independents these days are leaning more Republican than Democrat, especially when you take into account that you have RFK Jr. now moving over to the Republican side. You have Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, and numerous others. It bodes well that Florida should, at the end of the day, be a Republican state and vote Republican, vote Donald Trump no matter what, right? And like this person is saying, to send out 5,385,554 Amazon gift cards, that's a lot of moolah. I mean, unless they're using the $150 million that Oprah Winfrey gave to the Kamala Harris campaign to purchase said gift cards. Not saying it's happening, just saying it's feasible. Because you know they're using that money to buy the vote somehow, whether it's to purchase the buses, to bus the people into her rallies, whether it is to pay people to be in the seats at the DNC like they did, whether it's to pay influencers, because they've been sliding into everybody's DMs over there, paying influencers to speak positively about Kamala Harris. I'm just saying. Now, this is great. I love this. This says, class, take your seats. Here's the perfect lesson in how fake news becomes a fake headline. Now, this is from NJ.com, whatever. Harris gets stunning endorsement from group that normally backs Trump. That is the title that this says, right? You see this here. Harris gets a stunning endorsement from group that normally backs Trump. And this was posted September 23rd, 2024. All right. Now, it says the group Police Leaders for Community Safety. That's who they're saying is the one who is endorsing Harris that normally backs Trump. Police Leaders for Community Safety. Y'all, that group was formed in June of 2024, literally a few months ago. It didn't even exist in 2016 or 2020, so how could they normally back Trump? Very good question, right? It's a fake Democrat-aligned group designed to push a false narrative, kind of like the Republicans for Common Sense that are sending out the gift cards, the Amazon gift cards. And the media takes it hook, line, and sinker because the media, mainstream media, are freaking dumb as a box of rocks, which is probably why they get along so well with Kamala Harris. Anyway, meanwhile, the nation's oldest and largest police organization, the Fraternal Order of Police, proudly endorsed Donald Trump. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when it happened. But that fact is buried at the bottom of the article. They're not going to put it in the top or in the middle. They're going to put it at the bottom in hopes that you don't get all the way down to the end, right? Kamala's campaign is based on nothing but lies, deception, smoke and mirrors. But if you do your homework, you can spot it a mile away. Class dismissed. So, again, the group was created in 2024 as a nonpartisan 501c4 that says it represents dozens of nationally recognized police officials. You know what it isn't, though? A big deal, because it's not enough. They can make up their headlines. We know for a fact that I think it was Google that Kamala Harris's campaign was, what's the right word? Misinforming? No. The headlines they were having put out made it look like it was a news article or something else, and really it was the Harris campaign. But from the looks of it, if you were on Google or whatever else, it looked like actual headlines from something that ABC or NBC or somebody else would have done, or even Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. It looked like actual headlines that they would have put out, but it was false. It was fake. It was Kamala Harris's campaign spending money to make these false, ridiculous looking headlines so that people hopefully wouldn't know the difference between real and fake, and they would read these fake headlines and think it meant that Kamala Harris was doing absolutely amazing. What's funny to me is that Gavin Newsom signed that little stupid ass piece of paper, if you saw yesterday's video, basically outlawing political memes or political AI videos or anything like that, like the satire stuff. Basically outlawed it. But it's not like he went after Kamala Harris and her little fake headlines. He only is going after Republicans or even independents who are putting up anything that the left doesn't agree with, which is, again, shady shiesty in my opinion. It is starting to rain here where I'm at, so that's fun. Side note, let's just really quick talk about the hurricane that's coming through. A lot of people have been keeping an eye on it, asking me about it. It has, as of this morning, today is Wednesday, it's roughly 8:15 Central Daylight Time here, and the eye of the storm, or the storm itself, according to National Weather Service and everybody else this morning, has gotten larger overnight. So we are sure as shit evacuating, although we are not in the eye of the storm. Thankfully, we are still going to get some pretty significant rain and wind and possible tornadoes and everything else from it. So we're still going to skedaddle. Secondly, before we get into the rest of this stuff, people have been asking me, they're like, hey, that doesn't look like your Jeep. And you would be correct. So what we did, since my mother is here now and she has animals, there was no way for all of us to fit into one vehicle to leave, to evacuate. And we started thinking about the fact that not only could we not evacuate together if necessary, we also could not travel back to Georgia to see the family that's still there without needing two vehicles and whatever else. So I traded my Jeep in and got a bigger car so that the whole family can fit, because family is everything. Family over everything. I love the Jeep, but I would much rather be able to keep my whole entire family safe. So here we are with a larger vehicle. That's that. Now, a Pennsylvania grocery store owner told Donald Trump that over the 25 years his family has owned the store, they've made a profit every year except for the last 3 years under the Biden-Harris administration. Next time Kamala tells you the economy is doing good, I want y'all to remember this video. I want you to hear this. It's a very short video, but there was nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a business making a profit. Nothing at all. It's when they price gouge, or as Kamala Harris calls it, price gauging. There is an issue, 100%. When they take their talents to Mexico so that they can spend less money but still charge you the same amount or more so they can raise their profits, that's shysty and shady, and I'm not a fan of it. Now, grocery stores have very, very little profit margin on their foods, generally speaking. So when we're going to the grocery store and we're seeing these massive prices, we have to understand it's not the grocery store itself, generally speaking, that is causing that increase. It's the manufacturers of it. It's the General Mills. It's the whoever else you have out there. I can't think of anything to save my life right now. Like Coke and Pepsi, General Mills, and that's all I got right now because my brain is not braining yet. Have not had breakfast. The grocery stores are having to pay their exorbitant fees to bring it in. They raise it up a little bit in order to make some sort of profit, but most grocery stores are at 1% or less on profit on food. So when we want to get mad, don't get mad at your local grocery store. Get mad at the manufacturers, the people who are making these products and sending them out, because that's where the profits are actually going. But I want you guys to hear what this gentleman has to say. Let's see if we can work. Stop it. Play? Maybe?
The best crew in the world.
So how do you do against the big stores? How do you do?
You know, I'm very proud because every year we've been up, except for the last 3 years because of this inflation.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you said. The prices are up, but our sales are down. So we've had to get super creative in how we use our space to try
so prices go up and yet your sales are down.
Yeah. So it's been brutal just to try to. Thankfully, I have a great crew, a great staff. My family work together.
How long has this been open?
We've been in business 25 years. Wow. We bought it. This store where you're standing there has been a grocery store since 1929.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's crazy though, but you got to think about it. Of course, sales are down for a lot of people, and that's a smaller grocery store. It's not like your Publix, your Kroger, Winn-Dixie, Walmart, whatever. It's a smaller grocery store, like the local community kind, right? But you have to think that with the prices going up, people can't afford to buy as much food, so of course sales are down. So it's this weird trickle that's hurting more smaller businesses than anybody, because the big corporations, they still get their sales. They still sold it to the grocery store. They got their money. Now it's up to the grocery store to be able to sell it to the customers. But if customers can't go into the grocery store to afford it, not only are the customers hurt because they can't have the foods and the things and the necessities that they want and need, but then the grocery store and other retailers, whatever, are also hurt because they don't have the customers coming in. And they're hurt even more because they've already paid the supplier, the manufacturer, to get those products to have on hand in case the customers come in. It's this weird circle that, generally speaking, it's that middle guy, it's that little man, the small business owner that does get screwed in the long run because they've put out the money out, but no money in. filing bankruptcy, out of business. And it's happening to more and more. And you have Kamala Harris going, I'm going to create an opportunity, what the hell did she call it? Opportunity economy? Bitch, please. If you wanted to do that, y'all would have done something in the last 4 years instead of destroy the economy. I want to give, a $50,000, I don't know what it is, tax credit to small businesses, to new businesses. Ma'am, that's great. But in order to get the tax credit, they have to be able to open the business to begin with. You're not giving them the money. You're expecting them to somehow pull the money out their butts, open a business. At the end of the first year, you'll give them a tax credit. But what good is that going to do when people today can't afford to start a small business because everything is so flippin' expensive? So again, Kamala Harris talking shit out her mouth like nothing. Anyway, I'm done. I'm sorry. I go a little crazy there. It's fine because she's an awful human being. I don't want to show you this because I don't like subjecting you to her face or his face, but this is a post from President Biden, at least until the October surprise, because I still think that's what that's going to be. He's going to hand it over to Kamala. That's the thing. So way off topic. My family and I, we went and saw The Matrix. They had their 25-year anniversary re-screening of the first Matrix movie at the theaters 2 weeks ago or so. And so we went to see it on the big screen. It came out when I was like, I swear, 17, because I can do math. Yes, 17. So I haven't seen, we've seen it on TV, but whatever. So we went and watched it in the theater. And then my daughter's like, man, let's go home and watch Matrix 2. So we watched that a couple nights ago. Well, last night we watched Matrix 3, which I think was Matrix Revolution. Yeah, I think 2 was Reloaded and the next one is Resurrection. I don't know what it is. Anyway, we watched Matrix 3 last night. And if you've ever seen it, you already know where I'm going with this. So there is a family on the train platform, an Indian family, a husband, a wife, a child. And the wife's name is Kamala. Kamala. That's how Indian people say Kamala, right? Kamala. Well, we have Kamala. We have Kamala. No, flip it around. Y'all, I can never remember how to say her flipping name. So I'm trying to remember that DNC stupid chant they did. Kamala. So Kamala is how she says her name. Kamala is how Indian people say the name. Jesus, why is this so hard to say? Either way, I told my husband last night, I said, bro, I bet she changed how her name is said so she doesn't sound as Indian, because she needs people to not see her as Indian. She needs people to see her as whatever they need to portray her as. Yes, Kamala. Kamala is how you normally say it, which is how she should say her name, but she swears her name is Kamala. And I'm like, I would love to speak to somebody from her younger days when she was a teenager or younger to see how they pronounced her name. I would love, well, if her mother was alive, there's no way she'd be even an ounce proud of her daughter at all, because she's turned into just a walking piece of trailer trash. But anyway, I would love to know how she pronounced her name before she got into everything that she's into, because I can guarantee you it was pronounced the way the Indian community pronounces Kamala. Yes, there we go. Yes, Kamala. Anyway, I saw it last night and it made me think of it. So I'm going to say it now. When Kamala and I took office, we inherited the climate and crisis, one threat every nation faces. There was no plan in place. So we got to work. This is Joe Biden. And today, $369 billion investment in climate later, we're ready to lead the world into a clean energy future. This was him at the Global Business Forum 2024. I'm pretty sure this is what has been happening in New York the last few days. But here's what's interesting to me. It would take $10 billion to close the border. Yeah, they are saying they have spent $360 billion investing in clean energy. Have we seen any sort of recoupment from it? Have we seen it help any? Has it done anything positive for anybody so far? They've gone through and they've messed up farmland by putting in solar panels where they could have put them over parking lots. You could have solar panels in every parking lot across this country, and then you'd have two things. One, solar power being pulled in, and two, cars being protected from the sun because they could park underneath the solar panels. But no, for some reason, they wouldn't put all the solar panels in open fields that then cannot be used for farming or agriculture or housing or anything else. else, okay? Then we bring in these wind turbines. Okay, one of those falls and it's going to destroy everything. They cost more than they bring in as a return on investment. There is none. They're now putting them out in the ocean. They're taking up an area outside of Maryland, I think, to put wind turbines out there. Nothing they have done has been helpful with this $369 billion that they've spent. They were supposed to put in a certain amount of charging stations. Pete Buttigieg was supposed to do this, $8 billion worth, and they built like 5. Okay, so where did the rest of that money go? Then they want to have all these electric cars and trucks and whatever else. Ain't nobody using that shit. And then you want like the most wasteful administration we've ever had. So then the question comes about, so where's the money? Like, where's it going? If I can't literally look out and see anything that you have done with this $369 billion, you know where it's going? Pockets. And that's probably why now they're like, oh bro, we need to get in here and fix this constitution, shake it up a little bit, make it so that the second one of us is outed for, doing unsavory things, we have somebody to come in and replace us, and they're going to make it so a Democrat has to replace a Democrat or something like that, because those are the ones who will be hightailing it out. The Republicans, not so much. So it all to me goes hand in hand at the end of the day. It is something to pay attention to, because yesterday, another $375 billion went to Ukraine. So, we only need $10 billion for a wall, yet Ukraine got more. I want to show you this. This is Josh Shapiro. This is the governor in Pennsylvania signing his motherfucking name to the missiles that are being built and given to Vladimir Zelensky to take back to Ukraine to then bomb and kill men, women, and children. And Josh Shapiro is signing his name. What a walking piece of trash. Like, are you serious? So today, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and our failed Congress are sending more of our hard-earned tax dollars, side note, sinking us further into debt and destroying America. And then you have here the Democrat Party and rhinos are the uniparty of war, death, and destruction. This video should make your stomach turn. They will kill hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children without any hesitation if it means lining their corrupt pockets. And again, Josh Shapiro signing missiles that are about to go kill people in another country. I have an issue with that personally. You don't have to have an issue with it, but I'm pretty sure if you're here on SquirrelTribe, you also have an issue with it. So anyways, I have a lot more, but I need to get home and finish getting ready to go. We are heading out in a couple hours. We sent the kid to school because she's got to get a couple more hours of her education in or whatever. But it makes it easier for us to get everything packed up while she's at school hanging out with her friends. So we're packing up, we're heading out, and probably won't see you guys again today, but I will see you tomorrow. I will give everybody a heads up on what's going on, and that's it for now. SquirrelTribe, I love you immensely. I hope you have a fabulous hump day, my dudes, because it is Wednesday, so make the most of it, and I'll see you later.